everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Bortles' Jaguars going up against Newton's Panthers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here that came into the NFL together back in 1995, and off we go between the Jags and the Panthers. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Well, conventional football 101, tells if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 18. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Posluszny. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And his throw is incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Bortles will try again on second down. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Flushed out right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mario Addison in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Bortles to throw on second down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaq Thompson in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. Following the sack, third and long for Bortles and the Jags. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Bortles. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catch.
And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
On first down, Bortles. connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Mario Addison in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. From the gun, it's Bortles. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Now, that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead. Gano for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Gano out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. but he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
He still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. Had a pretty good game. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Shotgun now for Bortles. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Bortles. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. To throw is Bortles. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Nortman on to kick as he sends it away. Fielded at the 33. Flexing his muscle at the 30. He won't go down. He's got the weight, and there he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
Hey, rookie. That's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
And it's 21-3. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. But before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2007.
And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
On second down, here's Bortles. And pressure gets to him again. Luke Kuechly in there to pick. Up his second sack now of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. A final shot before half for Bortles. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. Sorry, Larry. Your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Look, Carolina had a number of issues last year, and that's why they slumped to 6-10 after a Super Bowl appearance. But pass rush wasn't a problem for them. They still got to the quarterback.
47 total sacks. That was just one behind Arizona, who led the league.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue for them, young corners that give.
Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquise Lee, 81 yards. And the Jaguars get a score closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Out of the gun, Newton. Buying time to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They will go for it. Now Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
We've been together a little while now, partner. How often do we actually describe tight ends as nifty? Because that's what I think of when I see Greg Olsen on the field. His ability to run routes, create space and separation, and make those catches downfield.
And sure consistent. The numbers the last couple years almost identical, and both over 1,000-yard seasons. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Gets past one man. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
This is McCaffrey. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead. He's got the hat trick. 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out
I
there?
didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. third time today, I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Gano out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Thomas Davis not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Bortles now to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. From the gun on third down, Bortles. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Thomas Davis in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Now Bortles got to have this one. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Escaping the pressure. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out, and the Jags grab it. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Bortles. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Thomas Davis in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Throwing is Bortles. And he's going to go down again. Shaq Thompson able to disrupt yet another pass play. His third sack of the afternoon. Following the sack, third and long for Bortles and the Jags. Now Bortles. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Bortles now on first down. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And now it's second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a...
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquise Lee, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Lambo on for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Give running left, it's McCaffrey. And now running right through it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And some room to work. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Newton's going to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Bortles' Jaguars going up against Ryan's Falcons.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A few moments ago, it was Desmond Trufant of the Falcons making their way out of the tunnel to the delight of this sold-out crowd as his guys get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. He finds an opening past the 40, the 40, 30, the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 74 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first offensive and defensive series. Who's going to gain an advantage? Well, we saw exactly what happened there. A tone was definitely set by the offensive team.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play. Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Brooks Reed in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Here's Bortles to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Falcons taking over on offense in just a second. And, you know, this year ended in disappointing fashion now. Last year was the ultimate version of heartbreak. But if you're a Falcon fan, this one was tough to swallow as well, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because let's be honest about it. Losing in the Super Bowl, I don't care how you lose, you were in the Super Bowl. You were playing for it all. This team was supposed to be as good or better. Ultimately ended up 10-6, found their way in the playoffs, but didn't get the deep run as they had the year before. So you're exactly right. For Falcons fans, that's a tough one. But this is a team that's built to be good for a long time.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Jags taking over on offense here in a second. And what a season, Charles, it was for Jacksonville. Some people did like them as a dark horse coming into the year, and they really responded.
Heard recently at one of the, all-star games, college all-star games, a scout saying, well, heck, haven't they been the dark horse for the last 5 years coming into the season? And he seemed a little bit bitter, so I'm going to let him go on that one. But the point is well taken. They have been building towards this. Really good drafts, really supplemented in free agency. And, yeah, they were a dark horse, but they played awfully well. 11 wins, 2 more in the playoffs. I think right now they'd love to get Allen Robinson back at wide receiver and add another playmaking tight end.
And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that way.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there, taking it in from a yard out. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And that one makes it 14-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 and a first down.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Now it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Freeman again, a first down carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
second down. Freeman. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism. But without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
To throw, it's Bortles. Now he's forced out right. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him at the 41-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Allen Robinson, 41 yards. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out come the Falcons now. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. A big gain of 31 on third down. On first down, Ryan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Again, Ryan. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And that one results in 35 yards.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all that stuff.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Now Bortles throwing on second down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Bortles in the offense remains put on the field. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Bortles. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Again, it's Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked out by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Looking downfield, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Bortles going to throw. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Bortles on the give to Fournette. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him. Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. It's caught right side. It's Hearns. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Bortles now on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee from 21 yards away. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Lambeau to add on the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 81 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Shift together here from the D-line. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Being chased out left. Caught out left side by Robinson. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Bortles now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
On second down, here's Bortles. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Following the sack, third and long for Bortles and the Jags. Shotgun now for Bortles. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Marquise Lee, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt?
He's got a man complete. Mohamed Sanu with nobody ahead of him. Touchdown, Falcons. Mohamed Sanu, 77 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Again, it's Fournette. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of fight.
He's got daylight, the 30. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. A gain of 32 that time. They run, Devontae Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they'll go into the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Ryan. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Robinson. And he takes it in.